Guys, I want you to take 1 minute here to take a guess at the chance in your lifetime, what % chance you have of being diagnosed with prostate cancer in your lifetime. And gals, while the guys are doing that, I want you to estimate your risk of being diagnosed with breast cancer. Does everybody have a number? Would you be surprised to find out that those risks are 16% and 13% respectively? If you find those numbers low, join the crowd, because when I've surveyed people, the vast majority have guessed 30%, 40%, even 50% risk, and are surprised, in fact pleasantly surprised, to find out the risks are that low. Why am I bringing up this topic? Because good medical decision making depends on having good information about what your risks are, what the benefits are of different treatments and such. And so you start off by knowing what your odds of getting a disease are. Now, you'd think that it starts then with just getting the numbers, but what I'm going to convince you now is it's not just what numbers you learn, but what you feel about those numbers, how those numbers feel to you. To illustrate, let me tell you a quick story. There was a medical educator who came to a group of women, tried to help inform them about their risk of breast cancer. Asked them what their risk of breast cancer was up front, and they put out those big numbers, 30, 40, 50%. Went through and educated them about their actual risks. They were much better informed at the end of that session, but the risk felt so low, many of them had lost interest in mammography. Does that mean they just made good, informed decisions? Could be. It also could mean that the guessing of the risk changed how that risk felt. And I know that because I ran an experiment. I asked one group of people to guess the risk of these cancers. And when I told them the actual numbers, the 16 and 13 numbers, they felt relieved. They thought the risk was low. But in another group, I didn't ask them to guess the risk. I just told them those 16 and 13 numbers. And they felt that that risk was high, and that actually made them anxious. So the same exact numbers felt very different depending on very subtle differences in how they came to learn those numbers. In critical decisions, I try to empower you not only with information about how to make better medical decisions, but to help you understand the way your own brain works when you're making critical choices, and how the subtle things that you can now become aware of that change the way the risks you face in your life feel.